Be responsible for your sin and ask forgiveness. Be responsible for your sin and ask forgiveness. God created man and woman. So man and woman became co-creators with God. And God created man and woman in his own image. So man was always closer to God. He put him in charge of his creation, or the creatures. And asked man that all the things there are for you, but except one thing. Man decided to go his own way. So man defiles what God told him, and there was a separation. That is how original sins began. God was not having any problem with man. But there's something that God gave man. God didn't wanted to use man as a robot. We all know how remote control, if you are using our television, when you move it to the right, it goes. Left, it goes. But God didn't want to make man like that. So he said, free will. Clear example, democracy. Allow me to say my mind. This is what man wanted from God. And God said, okay, I've granted you. And man moved away from the path of God. Some people will ask questions then, why did you put that tree there? And you are the one saying that you created everything, and everything that you created was good. Then why do you put it there? God was showing man to know that I have given you wisdom and knowledge so you can make decisions by yourself. So all the things now that people are saying God does not exist, it's about your own thinking, which God is not part of it. Because remember that God has given you free what? Will. Man sinned against God. And what is the meaning of sin? Sin is when I doubt God's goodness, ignore his commands, and convince myself to do something I know is wrong. I have said that thing before. You too, you have said that thing before. It's because of this woman, it's because of this man. That's why I committed these sins. But the meaning of sin is saying that you know. Personal, you know that what you are about to do is not what? It's not good. So, please, nobody causes anybody. You cause yourself. I'll come there. Some people will say, the sin is about eating the fruit. The fruit is not the matter here. The matter here is disobeying your master. Because let's take a boss and his worker. I want this document prepared by 10 o'clock. It gets to 11, the document is not prepared. What term should we give that behavior? Disobedience. So the matter here is not about eating the fruit. The matter here is defying what his master told him. That makes it a sin. So man disobeyed God, and man did not trust God. And at the same time, too, man didn't want to follow the path of God. He wanted to follow his own path. These are the three things that is showing up in the readings here. He disobeyed his master. He did not trust him. If he would have trusted him, he would not eat the fruit. And the last one, he wanted to do his own thing. So that is the problem here. And somebody will say that the sin is the woman who brought the thing. Man, the woman did not force you. Some jokers or comedians, they play around this thing that sin was brought by women. Man, listen here. When she ate the apple, being deceived by the Satan, which is the snake, the woman called the man, come. You had every right to say no. You got that right. But man did not say that. Man ate the thing. So please, it's not about the woman who calls you. You too, you cause yourself. There was no pressure there. So these sins emanated from both of us. Whether who spearhead the thing, it doesn't matter here. Sins are what? Sins. So that's the problem here. It is not singular. It is plural. The two of us. So those who have tamed women as the necessary evil, the root of all evil, no, men too are the root of evil too. Equalization. Take your responsibility by yourself. That's why when God asks him, I am naked, is that the response? Who told you that you are naked? Is it a woman? You should have asked the woman that God is asking me that, where are you? Tell him that I'm naked. God, the man is saying that you tell you that he's naked. No, but you answer straight away. How come the fruit there is the woman who calls me? When it comes to the fruit, oh, the woman gave it to me. But where are you? I am naked. Direct one. So, blame games doesn't work here. This allows this world not to be the same. Because of sins, because of wickedness, and what have you. That is why everybody is looking for a being to be protected. That is why we are seeking God. The first and foremost is what? Salvation. And the other one is what? Protection. That is why we are always looking for God. Assuming that this thing has not happened, we're free. That is why Jesus Christ will come in again. In the second reading, or the responsorial psalm, to redeem man to its former what? State. So, man allows Satan to plant doubts in our minds. That is why some of us here, we believe, but we still have what? Doubt. But when there is faith there, doubt doesn't have place. Faith clears away doubt. But man allowed himself, that Satan planted doubt in his mind and planted fear in his mind and corrupted the faith that man has in God. So Satan was able to plant these three things, and up to now it's still working on us. Nakedness. Man was exposed. His sins were exposed. It was exposed. So that is the nakedness. It's not about the physical one. Your sins have been exposed. So that is the nakedness that you are suffering from. Man wants to follow his own path. But these things, it is not enough that if you follow your own path, you can do the right thing. Fine, fair enough. Because you can live in sin and you can do well in your business. Listen, you can live in sins. You can do well in your business. Good people will surround you. Whatever, it will you progress. But at the end of the day, you'll be exposed. When you are sinning, that does not mean that nothing will go well with you. It will go fine. But never forget that you will be exposed. That thing will expose you. You can take whatever you are good for as undercover. But last minute, you will be what? Exposed big time. Adam thought that he would hide himself so that when God comes, you will not see him. But when God has himself exposed, he himself did his own exposition. He exposed himself. So it doesn't matter about how life is going nicely, moving on well in your life, but still, the sin will expose you. Temptations will never end in this world. But we should learn to control our desires. Temptation will come. We should learn to control our desires, our impulses, our doubts. And we must make time to examine whether our actions are in agreement with God, whether what we experience is in trust in God, in obedience to His word. The sins you know, even if He says to give us the litany of the sins, I will be able to list my litany right now. You will be able to do it. Don't say that I don't know. Even if it is 10, you can remember 9 of them. So it is about man taking responsibility for himself. Always we try to blame people for our predicament. We always blame people for our predicament. But can't you move away from that? Is that person controlling you? That person is not controlling you. But we always apportion blames to one another. And one thing they always say that I can't help it if I get angry. What kind of anger is that one too? Is that anger compared to a filling station that has been set on fire? Even that one cried, they're able to what? To quench it. A filling station that has set on fire, even if, whether it destroys things, they are able to what? To quench it. So what kind of anger is that one that when it comes upon me, I can't help it? What if it destroys that person? You hurt that person. That one, you can help it. There is no excuse about our actions here. God has given you the free will, so you should be able to control some certain things that we are committing. Sins. You know that this sin will harm me. I will not go there. Even some of you, if Satan is saying that I don't want you here, you go there. Satan himself says, it's okay, I don't want you here. But you follow him. I am fed up with you. Satan is saying he's fed up with you. But I said, no, I'm not fed up with you. I still want to follow you. Somebody can cause you, please. The statement I'm making here. Somebody can provoke you. The things that will happen to us is around us. It's about people who will do that thing. But that does not mean that you are using that thing as a what? As an evidence to justify what? Your behavior. Never. And he told me that I should go and kill the man. But when you went to the police station, who is there? It's not you. When they came to arrest those who did that, the culprit, you were only there. But who told you? He said, he can deny. I did not say anything. But who is the culprit now? You. You have every right to control your desires. But if we move in line with God and we trust Him, we allow our fear to move away, our doubt to move away, and we allow faith to justify everything for us, sins will wipe away. I am not afraid because God will protect me. So if it is that fear, that is why I will not say it so that I'll be safe. No. I'll put that fear away, gather the courage, put faith on top, and I'll come there. Don't be afraid. Never be afraid. Always remind yourself that God is always with you. But if we are able to assess ourselves by taking responsibility that I have sinned, frequent the sacrament of reconciliation. Some of you don't like confession at all. I know it's difficult. You come and say something, then you are sitting in front of me. You think, no, that's not the issue. Me too, I go to what? Confession. The same way you come to me, the same way I go to somebody. I don't mind. What I need is that I want to be free. And always try to go to be perfect. As God is saying that He's what? He's perfect. So I don't mind. Frequent the sacrament of reconciliation. Frequent it. Your sins are piling up. My own is piling up. It will get to the brim. It will not get a space. And that is where it will explode. It will explode. When you go home, pick a Mentos, buy Coca-Cola, open it and put the Mentos inside and close it. And put it there for a while. Open it. You see what will happen. If you don't open it and it stays there for a long time, if you don't take it, it will blast. That is how our sins is. So when you frequent this sacrament that God has given to the church, you are always what? Free. You will not blame what? People. Because when you come there, there's inner healing that you get from there. And it puts you on the what? On the right path. Take away shyness. So that when I ask you, where are you? You will not come and say the naked one. But you expose your nakedness in front of what? Of God. Not in front of what? Man. Frequent the sacrament of what? Reconciliation. And that's why I asked you in my introduction, what is your purpose? What are you called to do or to be? What is the situation around you? These are the questions that you should ask yourself. And after finding solution to all these things, it will make your relationship with what? One another works. There are some of you here, you see that this person or the other person, their comportment is not good, so that person cannot be my friend. Why are you saying that? Because you see that that person is what? The life that is living is a sinful act. And you don't want to what? Mangle yourself what? In it. That's why you what? You cut away from what? That friend. That is the same way that you always cut away from God when you sin against Him. God is ever ready. That's why He brought Jesus Christ in the reading to what? To come in and bring us back. Never be afraid. Hey, If you finish this church, you go outside, the sins will start again. But never be afraid. Never be afraid. Always find some way to ask God for forgiveness. God is always there to forgive you.